Once again, it's C.A. Latre giving you a different way of thinking, saying stuff totally different than what other people are talking about. So, I try to tell people all the time male women run the black sisterhood. It's been like that since they convinced women during the feminism time to fight for white woman causes. And, the argument that I always say is, black women were working while half of the white women, if not more than half, were kicking their feet up watching the black woman clean her house. And this was 1930s, 1940s, 1950s. Started slowing down in 1960s. Black women were always working. When a black male doctor opened up practice, he hired black women in addition to black men. When black men had some type of business, they pulled as many sisters in as they could. If they were working at a janitor, they talked to some of the white guys to see if maybe they can get their cousin there typing. Or black men were always trying to help for the majority of the part. Reed Brooms, big manufacturing company, hired hundreds of black women to make brooms. First black woman to fly around the world, bankrolled financially by a black newspaperman. Black Economics Women Convention created by the Pullman brothers. CTBU, whole union created to help black women get into the welding industry that was booming at the time. Just constant documented examples. Yet in 2023, the daughters, granddaughters of those same women will say, black men ain't did nothing. When your black son or nephew goes to an office job, who do you think is helping to pull them in? Do you think that another black man is helping your son or nephew get in? Because your black son and nephew is competing with an Asian person who just got to the country 5 years ago, and they don't even know what Control Alt Delete is, yet they getting pulled in. Pakistani guy, he only knows some things about the job, enough to pass the interview, but he got to get trained once he get in there. Who is helping your son and nephew? It's not enough black dudes pulling you in. So are the black women pulling those sons in? No, no, no. The black women are pulling in other women. Black women are pulling in Asian women, Pakistani women, other black women. Your son and nephew is on his own. Even though you got examples of black men helping black women. Who is more likely to pull your son or nephew into a office position? A position that makes double that of a warehouse guy, double that of the sewage worker, double that of the garbage man, double that of the who's gonna pull that person in? Funny how most of the time it's a non-black person pulling that boy in. Now we can say we hate white supremacy, but when it comes to the boys, they don't see the black man pulling them in unless the black man has a job lifting a box, the black man has a job mopping the floor. Then that black man will try to pull that brother in. Shout out to Sub-Zero. He created a whole school to try to educate people. Now, sometimes those black men are in place where they'll pull in, or like me, I got 12 brothers hired, pull them in, but we're like the 10%, maybe the 20%. All the other brothers, they helping women. Let me help this white woman. Let me help this Asian woman. All these brothers are helping women. When you go to these companies that black men own, you are hard pressed to find a brother. You know what those brothers tell me? Ain't no black man wanted the job. Then I said, well, let's go over to your HR department. and we go through their records for about a couple of weeks and find out several black men apply for the job. Oh, well, see, Lay, I didn't know. But you just lied to me and said that they don't apply. So how was it that you never even got to interview them? This is a problem. This is a problem. But who cares? They just black boys. Let them go do crime. That's what black people say. They ain't this enough and they ain't that enough. And then once these brothers who do crime, like myself, become a corporate dude, then you be like, well, why ain't y'all helping? You know how hard it was to get up here by myself without the group? Competing against this white man who got nothing but blue eyes and everybody helping him. Competing against this Asian man who got his whole culture helping him. Competing against these Afghans and Syrians who just came into the country 4 years ago getting all this help. Now I got to risk my name and my standing when you as a group are not doing what the 1950 blacks did. The 1950 blacks was helping each other. The 1960 blacks was helping each other. The 1970 blacks had black power. In 1980, you see all these pictures of black men in places of manager, owner, and power. What happened in the 90s? The Great Separation happened. The people with degrees said, you know what? We're going to express hate toward the OJT people. We're going to try to separate from the OJT people and help the white supremacy hold them down. Wait till I dig into part 2. You can't disagree with what I said because it's documented to have happened. Male women run the sisterhood. Black dudes are gonna have to separate and create their own situation because the sisterhood is trained to work against black guys and help white people. Yes, there are 3 out of 10 women, maybe even 4 out of 10 women doing righteous things, even more so than brothers. I'm gonna acknowledge that. Which is why I say a lot of stuff against brothers in the hope that they wake up. But when it comes to the sisterhood, it ain't like these other female groups who help their sons and nephews. You a man, why should you need help? Listen to the evil coming out her throat. Do you think the white woman says you a white man? Why should I bring you in? You think the darn Indian woman. The Indian woman speaks proudly of how she helped her men. So does the Filipino woman. It's crazy. The conversations we are not willing to have. But like I said, hey, donate to the King of Cat Classy. We're going to build a bigger group. We're going to build a bigger group and start having these serious intellectual conversations. It is my hope that I put together 50,000 and really create a structure to really force us to have these conversations. I'm going to start a GoFundMe soon, just so I can build a $50,000 show to bring people in to have these bigger conversations. But for now, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me where you disagree with. Let's have a collective conversation, be polite, and keep it intellectual. Talk to you on part 2.